tourism minister says she has not abused the telephone facility afforded her as a government minister and was surprised by the bill sent by TSTT. She said an investigation was launched and is still ongoing. Last night, opposition Senator Chrislyn Moore alleged that Shamfa Cudjoe racked up a $59,000 phone bill over a 4-day period, January 29th to February 3rd, 2017.
To me, if the government's policy is cut and contrive, then it is difficult for me to reconcile cutting and contriving with the Minister of Tourism engaging over a 4-day period in a phone bill of $59,000.
But in a release, Minister Cudjoe said she continues to exercise fiscal prudence in all undertakings. The minister said she was attending the Caribbean Tourism Organization's Caribbean Travel Marketplace in the Bahamas at the time. The ministry was dealing with several issues which required her attention and therefore necessitated that she remain accessible. She said, as is common while traveling on official government business, her mobile telephone was placed on roaming. However, at every reasonable opportunity, she made use of the Wi-Fi facility where it was available. Call usage amounted to just over $1,100, while roaming data usage amounted to almost $51,000, with VAT added at $6,500. The release said TSTT indicated that the company had no control over the charges imposed by the regional and international carriers and explained that this would apply to roaming rates incurred while in the Bahamas. Reports that Valencia villagers once again took to the streets today in protest. They are calling for compensation for the houses that were demolished on Monday. According to reports, on Monday, police officers and officials on instruction from the Commissioner of State Lands demolished 8 houses in the area they said were owned by persons without documentation. Earlier today, a handful of residents in Pine Avenue in Valencia gathered in front of the broken structures, asking why some houses were chosen.
Sorry, nobody help the villagers. We want justice. We want
The residents say they intend to continue protest action until they are fully compensated. News contacted the Commissioner of State Lands for a response on the matter, but our calls and emails went unanswered. The continuation of work on the Solomon Hochoy Highway extension to Point Fortin is set to cost $95 million. The announcement from Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley as he recommissioned work on the highway today, and he has put local contractors on notice that they will be given first preference in getting jobs on government construction projects.
We are also not going to be selecting friends and family. It will be competition, so you have to put your best foot forward, compete to win. And contrary to what you've heard from some people, we've made no deal with no contracting firm in this country coming into office. We made one statement to all of them, whether they supported the PNM or not. And the statement was this, that everybody will be given a fair opportunity and a fair crack at what this country has to offer.
Now let's hear the latest on flooding in Jamaica from Ian Wallace.
Jamaica is under flood waters and remains under a flash flood warning due to thundery downpours from a passing trough system. Montego Bay got 64 millimeters in 24 hours from Monday morning to Tuesday 8 a.m. and more torrential rains is expected into Wednesday. Meanwhile, the Saharan dust continues to flow across Trinidad and Tobago and the Eastern Caribbean, and we're likely to still see breathing issues for those with asthma and pollen allergies. Expect a warm evening and night no lower than 26 degrees Celsius. For mariners, look for fresh to locally strong winds from the east up 20 knots, whipping the waves and bringing moderate choppy seas of 2 to 2.5 meters and northeasterly swells of 9 to 10 seconds. Tide is high at 8 p.m., low at 1:30 a.m., then high at 7:30 a.m. That's the latest weather, and I'm meteorologist Dina Wallace.
That was your CNews update. I am Karen Kuzia Phillips.